Heartiest greetings to one and all present here. Today, I, Ashika Seth, Webinar and Workshop Coordinator from Nmastro Teaching Solutions, wholeheartedly welcome you all. First of all, we would like to introduce ourselves as an educational service provider that is managed by a panel of experienced and eminent educationalists with cumulative experience of more than 50 years. We cater to the individual needs of schools, teachers, parents, and students. We are associated with various renowned schools located in Delhi NCR and provide a connectivity platform to diligent and professionally trained teachers. We request you to stay connected with us till the end of the session, as a feedback form will be shared with you at the end. You are requested to fill the form to mark your attendance. Certificate of participation will be issued based on that. So stay with us for an insightful session. Now, I would like to welcome our resource person for the day, Mr. Amit Bajaj, who is a qualified, skilled, passionate, and committed teacher, mentor, and educator with strong mathematical and ICT skills. He is a Google certified educator, level 1 and level 2, certified Microsoft Innovative Educator, Nearpod certified educator, and Edpuzzle certified coach. Sir is associated with CBSE and NCERT as an expert for content development and has written mathematics practice books for classes 9th and 10th. Sir, on behalf of Master Teaching Solutions, I wholeheartedly welcome you. I request you to take over the session.
Thank you very much for the nice introduction. Good evening, my fellow teachers, and welcome to the session on Google tools and how you can use the Google tool to make your teaching more interesting. I'm right now going to share my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So we are now entering into the world of Google, the online teaching tools which are available and all are freely available. That is the most important thing which I will emphasize in throughout my session, that all the tools which I'm going to cover, they are freely available to you. You just need one Gmail account. So Google Workspace of Education is a venture by Google, which is provided throughout the world for all the educators. It is provided in various levels, but I am only covering the Google Workspace for Education fundamentals, which is totally free for the schools. And what all tools are covered in Google Education for Fundamentals? I'm sure most of you are already using the Google Drive, Google Docs, Sheets, Forms, Slides, Google Classroom, and Gmail, of course. Then we have Google Groups, Chats, Google Meet, Calendar, Task, Chrome. Our all search takes place in the Google Chrome itself, the YouTube, our all the videos. We go for searching in YouTube, then we have Google Earth, and followed by large many other tools meant for the educators particularly. So we have, say, Blogger, we have the Jamboard for the online collaborations, we have Scholars, we have books, we have Google Maps, Translator. So many options are available, and the best part is they are all free and they are meant for connect, create, and collaborate. So what does that exactly mean? I will quickly talk about that. All the tools, in fact, most of the tools available like Gmail, Forms, Docs, Sheets, Slides, they all integrate with each other. By integration, that means if I make certain change in the doc, and if it is associated with my sheet or my website also, the change will be reflected there and then at the same time. And it is very easy for teachers to manage your classroom in online scenario, and also convenient for students and teachers to be keeping the track of the progress of the child. So I already mentioned about, say, collaboration. So we all can work together. Consider a situation you are working on one document file. 50 teachers or 50 students at the max, they can work together on a single file in online scenario in a synchronous mode. That means at exactly the same time, and even it is also possible to work on at the different times also. You can comment, you can give your suggestions online. I will go for some of the demonstration according to the limit of the time. I can share the document with a single person using the Gmail account, or with 10% or maybe say 100 or 1000 persons. So this is all my choice. I can make it public, I can make it private, and everything is stored on your drive. So everything is actually available online throughout. So you just need your Gmail account and you can have the access on the go, on your laptop or your mobile phone or your anything, any smartphone you are using. You can have the access and you can collaborate together using any of the available device. So this is recommended that if you use the laptop, but even there are thousands and lakhs of educators throughout the globe who are making best use of the smartphone only. Let me now quickly come to the Google Chrome. So Google Chrome, definitely everyone is using this as a search engine. It is more than actually one search engine. We can create, manage, search, and edit our bookmarks. So what exactly we mean by the bookmark? Please check this out. I'm opening one new window. So you can check it out. One new tab is open. You can check it out on the top, just below this search bar. You have the options of say Google, ICT links, maths, school, my social. So there are many options. You can check it out. I have bookmarked my most of the important files so that I can organize them in a very quick manner, and they are readily available to me. I as a teacher was struggling for years, particularly when it comes to searching for my own creation, my own file. But now let me just quickly demonstrate. When I click on this Google, you can check it out. I have a present session today for El Maestro Learning Solutions. So my presentation and everything is available over here, and they are all on the cloud. I can access everything using my smartphone as well. So I am taking the Google Certified Educator sessions. So everything related to that is made available, whether it is my doc, sheets, or anything. Whether it's my another sessions, I have created my planner, my personal library. So I have many other things related to the YouTube videos, which I like the most. I can go to the ICT link. I can have more links related to my teaching subject. I'm a high school math teacher. So I have my maths website links. Everything is kept here in a very planned manner. So as you can see here, when I click on this school, so right now I am teaching say 3 different sections in my school. So I have class 11, 2 sections, and say class 12. I have all the files available in 11C. I'll show you a quick demonstration. When I click on this, I have made this file available only to my students. Only my students of 11C have the access to this particular file. And what exactly they get, when you click on this link, you can check it out. It is linked with my drive. It will take me to my Google Drive, and it contains my all class notes, my all teaching PDF, starting from say day 1, day 2, day 3, and so on till say 29th of July. I had my last class, day 29. So they have the access to these files whenever they are in need. And at the same time, you can check it out. There are also the links for the video lectures. I have my YouTube channel. Whenever I teach, I create a playlist for my students only. They can access this. So whenever they have some doubt, they can go and can click on particular link, and they will be taken to my YouTube channel, and then they can watch the video. So these are the common things which I am maintaining. I'm just suggesting you this way Google can come to your help. And as you can check it out over here, I'm highlighting it. I hope it's visible. Unlisted. So unlisted simply means except my students, no one will be able to watch this. Sometimes we have this perception that anything which is on Google, anything on YouTube or in my Google website, they are all available to everyone. But that is not the case. I can even make it in public domain, or even I can make it private also, so that I have created my videos for my own personal link, and I will be getting only, I will be only watching that. So that personal, that can also be done. So these are some of the samples possibilities which I am showing it to you. I am on my WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, my Gmail, my website, my blog, my all social, they are kept all together. And at the same time, since we are using in my school, the Google for Education Fundamental, so I have to go through these websites like Classroom, the Meet, Drive app, most frequently every day. So I have kept them on my top as a bookmark. And it's very easy to create the bookmarks also. Since we have a limited time, so I will be not going into the detail. I will be just demonstrating in today's session about the possibilities, what all can be done. Then there is another very interesting thing about browsing and searching the Chrome Web Store for the classroom content. Google has already provided with lot many tools, but sometimes it happens that we are in need of some extra thing. For example, say in Google Meet, I need the attendance of my students. When did they join the class? When did they leave the class? Total time they were present in my class. So for the fundamentals, there is no free option available by Google. You need to go for the higher version. But even I am still using a free plan, as my school has gone for the same. And believe me, most of the school are offering and going for the free plans only, all over India and throughout the world also. So it doesn't make a difference to Google. They are here to support the educators. So therein, their availability of Chrome Web Store is there, wherein small software programs are available in the form of extension. I can add the extension to my Google Meet, and I will get the attendance of that particular session. I can use the extensions in my many other softwares related to the Google as well. Everyone might be using the Google Drive, might be on the laptop or a desktop on your mobile phone. So Google Drive is basically meant for the online storage. So what all you can do, you can create and manage your folders in the Google Drive. You can create, access, and organize your files. So let me quickly take you to my drive, drive.google.com. It will directly take you to my Google Drive. And as you can see on the top right hand side, when I click on this photo, you can check it out. I have my lot many Gmail accounts. I have created them for a specific reason and specific need based. So this is my Amit Bajaj crpf@gmail.com, my common account. Then I have my, for YouTube channel, I am using some different account. For my training, I'm using some different account, and so on. And this is my official school account, right? So it depends if I want to store my files in my personal Gmail account, I will need to sure that I am entering into the same correct account. Once I'm there, you can check it out. I can create folder, I can upload the files, even I can upload the folders from my laptop. Even in the mobile, same options are available. And the best part is, it's not only about the Google files. You can upload your already created, say, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and say your PDFs, your video files, your audio files. Most type of files can easily be stored on your Google Drive, and they are easily accessible to you at any time. I can even create my Google Docs, sheets, slides, forms, and many files from here. And also you can check it out on the right hand side. It's a Google Apps, also referred to as a WAFL. When I click on it, all the options, all the tools provided by Google, I can check them over here as well. And this is not only the list. I can click on more from Google Workspace Marketplace, and I have the access to many more other options which are available. But as a teacher, of course, I need, say, only 10 tools. I need only 5 tools. So that depends on your need. Everything is need based, what exactly you are looking for. So I can create, access, and organize the file. And I already mentioned working with the Office files. So I have my Word file. I can easily click on this file upload, and the file will be get uploaded directly to this Google Drive. And the best part is file will be automatically get converted into Google Docs. I just need to ensure when I click on this setting, there is the option for convert upload. I need to make it sure that it is checked. Then only all the Microsoft related files will be get automatically converted into Google files. Uploading and converting, searching for the files is again very important. You can check it out in my drive. I have already exhausted almost 9 GB space. In a free Gmail account, 15 GB space is provided. So out of which I have already used more than 9 GB, right? So definitely I must be having thousands and thousands of files over here. It would become a big challenge when I have to go for searching for my files. But you can check out, there is a clear option, search in Drive. I want to search my PDFs, my document, my spreadsheets, videos, photos, or even when I click on more search tool, I can check out for my drawings, my folders, my websites also. I can also check out when I did modify that file last, and lot many other things can be done, and I can go for the search option. So it is very handy, useful, and easily manageable. You can share the files with a specific people. Let's say there is one particular file in class 11C. When I right click on this, there is the option you can see share and get link. When I click on share, I just need the person's email ID. When I click on this, I can easily share that file with that particular person, and the person will get notified at the same time. I can make the person as editor. I can make the person as commenter, or even only as a viewer. As I mentioned, I have made my students as a viewer only. So they can go through the content, but they cannot modify anything in that. Even there is another option, getting the link for that particular file. When I click on get link, you can check it out. Anyone with the link can be the viewer or commenter or the editor. So that way I can get the link, I can copy the link, and the same link can be easily shared with anyone, maybe say in WhatsApp, or I can be shared in Gmail, or I can even share in the present chat box also. So sharing can be easily done. So document in Drive are not only limited to your docs, spreadsheets, presentation forms. We can have videos. We can have many other kind of files like PDF. Generally, as a teacher, I use those files. Coming to the Google Classroom, this is most important thing. I mean, as a math teacher, I need that classroom. After pandemic, we all are using the online one or the another tool, but I tried 2 or 3 different tools. But when it comes to the Google tool, it is flawless. It's marvelous. Many options are available in Google Classroom. I can set up my class so easily. I just need to share one code or a classroom link with my students, and they can easily join my class. I can create the assignments in my classroom. I will give you a quick demonstration for the same. Let me go to my classroom. It's simple, classroom.google.com. And I have already bookmarked this, so I do not need to type it again and again. I am using my personal account, so you can check it out. There are many classes which are already created here. Right. So when say I click on my one of the class, say this is some demo class, you check it out, Amit Bajaj. This is created by my another account. I am not the teacher here, but I am a teacher here. I am a teacher here where my name is not written. So I am a teacher in this ETD practice. So let me quickly show you some different account. And now I am using my Google training account, wherein I have some different groups, as you can see. So when I click on some specific group, you will observe as a teacher that there are 4 different options available: stream, classwork, people, and grade. Grade is not available for the students, right? Grading simply means you have your MCQ test, you have your subjective paper, you check them in a classroom itself, and then you have the access to the grades. Grade can be calculated automatically by Google itself. So stream is the communication. Anything if I do in my classroom, it will be get notified to the students in my classroom. There are the people as a student in my classroom. Then I can assign the classwork. You can check it out. I have created lot many topics in my classroom, and there is the option to create. So lot many assignments, the quiz assignment, the material, everything is possible which can be created in the classroom itself. Due to the time limitation, I will not go about this, but when I click on assignment, you can easily check it out. I have to just give the title. I can attach the file from my Google Drive or any link, or most of the time I use this file option. When I click on this, it will ask me to select the file to upload. I can upload this from my laptop. I can assign the marks. So say if this is my UT for 20 marks, then I can assign the due dates. Even I can schedule my assignment. If it is my say one class test and I want this to be delivered to my student in my classroom at say tomorrow 8 AM, I can schedule the same also. I can have a saved draft, and whenever there is a need, I can simply assign, and all the students will be able to go through this assignment. So there are a lot many features which are available in my classroom. I can link videos, files in my classroom. Drive files can be added. Students can easily submit the assignment, and I can view the assignment, and even I can view the assignments on my mobile and tablet already discussed. I can even, my students can upload their PDF or any other files also. I can also make the copy of the assignment for each student. This is very interesting feature over here. When I click on this assignment, and when I click on add, I have attached some particular file, or I simply say I go on say docs. One document file will be automatically get created. And now here you can check it out. There is the option, 3 options. Students can view the file, student can edit the file, and the third important option is make a copy for each student. Let's say in my classroom there are 50 students or 40 students. So I want them to edit this file. I have some essay writing or some another, anything I want them to write and submit that as an assignment. So I can create a copy for each student. So 50 different copies will be automatically created for each student. And the important thing is the students will not be able to see each other's work. As a teacher only, I have the right to check that work. Grading the Google Classroom assignment, of course, initially a year back, it was a biggest challenge when we were forced in the online teaching. Most of the teachers were not this computer friendly, IT tech friendly. So they found it quite difficult in checking. So they started using some mobile apps, or maybe they have used some Luminic, or there are a lot many software which are available for your mobile phone. So that is one option. I can get my assignment or the test attached in my Google form, or it can be assigned through directly via this Google Classroom, and I can go for a checking using my mobile phone or my laptop using Kami extension, and there are a lot many others which options are available. Again, I cannot demonstrate because of the restriction of the time. I can even send the private messages in the classroom, and I can check out the originality of the report, whether students have done the project work assigned to them by themselves or they have just Googled and copy pasted. I can even schedule the assignment already discussed. I'm sure each and every one of you at least must have used the Google Forms. So I will not give more time to this.
Sir, Gurvinder Kaur ma'am Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Gurvinder Kaur ma'am has a query. She wants to know, can she get material from classroom in YouTube description box also? If so, she wants to know how.
Can you please repeat the
She
question?
has a query in the chat box. May I give material from classroom in YouTube description box? If so, how?
Yes, of course. When you have created your any work, you can go to that particular work, and definitely there will be the option wherein the link might have been created. You can have the copy link option. You can check it out. There is a copy link. The link is already copied. Now you just need to go to your YouTube channel, go to the description and paste the link which is copied. That can always be done. It is possible. I hope I have answered the question. This is the doubt. Then we can send forms to the users. We can view the responses.
Yes, sir, you may continue.
Yeah, using Google Form for feedback, quizzes, collecting the data. Everyone is using that, right? Even you can embed your images and videos and ask the relevant questions. Even subjective paper checking can be done using some of the PDF apps which are freely available. Now coming to the Google Meet. Right now we are in Zoom, but there is another option for the meeting as Google Meet. I generally prefer to go for the Google Meet. Very simple to start a meeting. Very simple to start with your Android device or using the laptop. I can get the people in the meeting with the links and calendar. I can invite people in the meeting and I can share my screen. So these are the common things. Definitely everyone is aware of this. I have the option using the Chrome Web Store, downloading the attendance. For Zoom, I need to have a purchased plan to have the attendance of such meeting. But for Google Meet, using the Chrome extension, I can get it for free. And even I can record the meeting, but this is available only in the school account. If I'm using my personal Gmail account, then at least I have no option to record the meeting. And 100% can attend the meeting in one go. Coming to Google Docs, what all you can do in Docs, you can create and edit your documents. I'm sure everyone must be using at least say beginning, say maybe say Microsoft Word. It is very similar to that, but there are many other options which are possible. Like I already have mentioned, in a collaborative online manner, multiple people can work at the same time. You can easily see the people's changes as they make in your doc. So if say you are working in your school system, you have your Google for Education Fundamentals, your school is that particular option available with you. Now, say you have created one document in your for your department members and you're working on some creation of a lesson plan, right? So all 8 or 10 teachers or 15 or 20 teachers can sit together, they can work on a single document. Everything will be visible to them on a same screen and they can go on editing that file at the same time. For example, I am using a shortcut docs.new and it will open directly one new document and it will be automatically get saved in my this particular Gmail account. I can also go through the WEFL or maybe using the Drive also. So one document is created in cloud. Now, as already mentioned, multiple people can work at the same time. So there is the option when you check it out on the top right side, share option. Right now it is only private to me. Let me click on this. Oh, I need to rename that. So this is say some demo session and save it. Now I can share with the specific few people or you can check it out. Anyone on the link can be the editor. Just for a demonstration purpose, I have created this one document and making everyone present in this meeting say as an editor. So for that, I am going to paste the link of this document in the chat box. And I'm sure there are the educators who are in this meeting. So kindly click on this link. If few of you can click, kindly click on this link. Yeah, at the top you can see 2 educators have already joined, 3 have already joined, and you may start typing. There are 4 total as of now. So anyone would like to say right good evening or anything you want, you can work in a collaborative manner. Right. Thank you. So there are many ways you can, when I want to type, I can go on typing, I can go to some different place by entering, so that everything is possible in a collaborative manner. Just that since I am using my free account, in this case, I will not get to know that who is typing here, anonymous person is here, right? But if I have used my school official account, as already mentioned, it is freely available. In that case, when you make a Google document and share and give the right to everyone, in that case, you will get to know who is working on that particular document. So their names will be also available. Jamboard for Hindi, okay, language, okay. I'll cover that Jamboards quickly. Give me some time. Thank you for this question. And please remind me when I'll come to the Jamboard part. So that was just the sample to demonstration purpose. Now I can again go to this and I can make you the viewer and done. Now you will not be able to type over it. Those who are already in this, now they can try. It is now not editable. You can only view this document. So it is seamless, very easily. You can make the editor and you can take the editor rights as well. Every change is saved automatically. You must have observed here. Last edit was made seconds ago by anonymous, right? Even when I click on this, I will have all the persons, all the versions of this document who has made the changes. I can go to the previous version at that particular time. If accidentally someone has deleted my work, I can always modify and come back to my previous version. And I already mentioned about uploading the MS Office files. Create, share, collaboration. Next is say translate in the Google document. So please check it out. Let me go to Google and search for something. Taj Mahal, or you want anything, I can change that. So who built the Taj Mahal? Right. And if there is some theory regarding the same, when I say copied something from the Google, I'll come back, paste it over here. Right. This way we generally do. We have a matter, we copy it and we paste it in my document. Now, click on tools. You will check out there is the option translate document. Click on this and check it out. Choose the language. African, then Arabic, you want Arabic, or you want Bengali, or you want maybe say Chinese or Danish, Dutch, English. So there are hundreds of languages, even including, you can check it out, Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi. There are many options which are available. So this is a very handy tool, as someone was talking about Hindi. So let me select Hindi and click on translate. Count up to 3 and you will check it out. It is get translated into Hindi. Even if my document is say 10 pages long or 20 pages long, it hardly matters. I can convert that document within a minute to the hundreds of language options which are available. To my knowledge, these are 107 languages as of now. But Google is updating their products so quickly that if there was some specific language which was not available last month, that may be available by next month. So Google is working on modifying and editing and providing the best services. Another thing is a voice typing. Again, say for Hindi and English teachers, or maybe any other language teachers, it may be a task, even for a Bengali, or maybe if you are some another language teacher. For that, there is another very interesting tool. Check it out. When I click on tools, I click on voice typing. As of now, by default, it is English which is selected. Check it out. Another possible options here. So there are many languages which are here. Let me, I'll prefer, of course, Hindi only because I know Hindi or English. So let me go to Hindi, but you can check it out. Even in Marathi, Nepali, Gujarati, everything is possible. So let me quickly click on Hindi and I will start speaking. नमस्कार, आज के इस वेबिनार में आप सभी का स्वागत है। गूगल टूल्स बहुत ही हैंडी हैं, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग हैं और इनके बारे में जानना आप सभी के लिए बहुत ही आवश्यक है। तो as I start speaking, you can check it out. 99% this is working so well. Of course, the winner बोला क्योंकि यहाँ मैंने इंग्लिश का कोई वर्ड यूज कर लिया। सो अगर आप एक हिंदी के अध्यापक हैं, आपने अपने हिंदी की टेक्स्ट बुक को उठाया, आपको कॉम्प्रीहेंशन पैसेज या कोई भी कंसेप्ट, कोई भी चीज बतानी है, आप सिर्फ बोल्ड कर इजीली उसे यहाँ पर टाइप कर सकते हैं। So this is a very handy tool, and as mentioned, it's not only one language, more than 100 of languages are here. Then there is one add-on which is also available. There are hundreds of add-ons which are available, but I will quickly demonstrate one thing. Let me select this text, and remember I copied this from Google. I click on add-on and I check out Plagium and check selection. It has started working. So what it is going to do, you can check it out on the right hand panel. A small window is opened. Check selection, and it will take maybe, say, depending on the length of the document, maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Now what exactly this is doing? It is searching throughout the Google and other websites and checking how much matter is being copied. So 86% work is already being checked by this program, this add-on. And you can check it out. It is 100% copied from this particular website. And of course, it is copied from this website. So websites might have copied from each other as well. So it is copied 100% from these 4 websites at least. So as a teacher, when I assign some project to my students and I'm interested in knowing whether my students are doing a genuine work, is it their original work? So I can always make use of this add-on. As mentioned, there are thousands of such options available for the teachers. As we have already seen, we can collaborate together in our Google documents. We can even provide the feedback and see the revision history. What does that mean? Check it out. Say, when I click on this word, say heritage, and you check it out, there are 2 options available: add comment or suggest edits. Generally, I prefer to go for add comments. When I click on add comments, there will be the option available. I can directly type the email ID of the person, or say my department member, and I want to get it changed. Please change the word or write a better, and you can give your own suggestion. You can assign, and you can assign, click on assign, and this will be at the same time will be shared with this person. So of course it is asking for some permission. I can always give the permission, and it is emailed to that particular my colleague. So person can check out in the Gmail account, and he or she can make the suggestion, edits, whatever is needed. Next, coming to the Google Sheets. Google Sheets, it's similar to your Microsoft Excel. So there are a lot many things which can be done. I will be talking about sharing a sheet. I'll not consider the formulas. It is a long 1 hour or even more than 1 hour session required only for the basic Google Sheets. I can protect my sheets and range. This is a very, very important feature not available in any other program. So I will quickly show you one demo for student marks entry sample, but here I am using my personal Gmail account. I have the another sample for my school domain, but due to certain limitation, I will not show that. But I will explain what's the basic difference. Please check it out. I am in now my Google Sheets. When I click on share, again, anyone on the internet with this link can add it. ये मैंने setting change करके रखी हुई है. Let me copy this link and once again let me paste this in the chat box. Sanskrit, to my knowledge, Swati ma'am, it is not there, but I heard some teacher was telling that it has been added. So I even need to get sure about this. You can check out in that tools, translate, and then you will be having the fair idea about this. So if again, I request few of you to kindly click on this link and enter this sheet. So assume we are few teachers entering the marks. So this is my one section, 11th day, or say 6th day. I have UT, English, Hindi, Maths. The teachers are entering the marks all together. We can discuss the result and even you can edit this because I have made you the edit. So those who are in this document, they can try to edit this mark. So you can check it out. Last edit was made ago by Anonymous. So someone has already made certain change. The only difference, again, since I'm using my personal Gmail account, I will not get to know who has made the change. Only the word anonymous will be there. But at the same time, if I use my official school account, I have the power to check it out. If I use this particular editing history in my school domain, therein I will get to know that who has done the changes. So there will be a complete list of the teacher who has made the change. How it is possible? Let's say someone has, you can check it out. 17 is made 176 by someone right now. The marks were out of 20, so it was 17. Let me right click and you have the option show edit history. And you can check it out. Anonymous user has changed 17 to 176. If I am working in my school domain, I will get to know that XYZ teacher has edited this. So even some work is done accidentally, so that can be always revert back. We again have the option to go for the previous versions as well. So if some change was made accidentally, I can go back to the initial file when I created this file and I can revert back to that particular file. So this is a very, very useful feature. Let me now quickly show you the demo. My examination website I have created is a demo website, nothing related material to my school. But yes, this is some demo website. You can check it out. This is a Google website created. So here you can check it out. I have the home, I have the date sheet planner. Everything is made available. And believe me, it takes not more than 2 hours to create one website. I created this demo website only in 2 hours. So I can have my seating plan over here. Everything can be made available. Even for the marks entry, class 10th and 12th, more, then I can check it out for other. So let me say, take you to the say 6th to 8th class, for example. So you can check it out. It is showing the marks obtained by the students, but entry is actually done in a Google Sheets, not here in the website. But if a teacher has entered the marks in the Google Sheet, it is already being reflected over here. This is some sample Google Sheet and you can check it out. When I click on open this link, So I can edit that everything, and everything can be get reflected over here. So I can share that with my all the teachers, or I can share with the examination department or my coordinators and the principal only. So there are a lot many ways how you can make use of it. In more, you can check it out what all options are available, and the layout of this. When I click on this pencil icon, you can check it out. The actual website was designed in such following manner. Again, we have the wrong perception, at least I had initially the wrong perception, that anything which is on Google, it is available to everyone. Please check it out. There is the option of plus button. When I click on this plus, you can check it out. I can again share that with only selective people and make them the editor, or they can be the viewer also. So Google site, free website, it can be created. I will quickly show you what you can do as a subject teacher. May it be you are a math or a science or a social science or language teacher or any activity teacher. It all depends on your creativity, and it took not much time actually to come up with this Google site. So this is my website. You can check it out. So I have given some welcome message. Then some of my YouTube videos are linked over here. My social media presence, that can also be easily done free of cost. Again, even if you are not going and your school is going from Google for tools, you can do it using your free account. I have created this using my personal Gmail account. So I can click on about me, then my learning as a teacher, as a resource person, my certification. I want to tell people about myself. So everything can be done. So that is basically like an online creating your online portfolio. I can click on say class 11th, and then you can check it out, my all classroom teaching video links. You remember I have shown this file earlier also. So this is linked at my website as well. So I can have my all the chapters. I have all the formula list, assignments. When I go to class 12 and I click on assignments, so say it's relation and functions, it will directly take the user to this particular assignment, and the user can easily download this assignment because I have made everything freely available to the teachers and the students as well. So these assignments, definitely you have created your own work. You wish to share with the world, that you always can do. Even now the trend in foreign is students are creating their online portfolios and they are creating their websites as well. So these are all things which can be done in a website. You can quickly go through the same. I'll not give much time to this. Now coming to YouTube. Everyone is using YouTube. Either you are getting some videos help, or you are creating your YouTube channel, or maybe you are creating your playlist. So my focus would be now creating the playlist, and what exactly is a playlist and how it is useful for me as a teacher. So basic idea about YouTube, you can search and find the content available on the YouTube, and you can filter your search. How this can be done? I don't know how many of you have used this particular feature. This is my YouTube channel. When I just click on this my social, because this is already bookmarked, so this has opened my YouTube channel. And again, believe me, creating a YouTube channel takes only 15 to 20 minutes. Yes, beautification, creating this banner and adding the videos takes a lot of time. But when it comes to creation of your YouTube channel, you just need one Gmail account. It is verified by Google and linked with your mobile number. Once it is verified, you will get one Google code. And once you enter, you are then into your Google, your YouTube channel. So you can check it out. Right now, I'm using my one account, Digitally Yours, and I can switch on the accounts From here, I can come to my maths YouTube channel, and then lot many things can be done over here. So as I have mentioned initially about searching and finding the content. So let me take you to the youtube.com, not my channel, it's youtube.com. And now you can check it out, the option for search. I'm sure you must have searched here for any content thousands of times. So I've had to search for how to cast a mobile phone screen using Google Meet. So I searched Google, and there are a lot many videos are coming. I don't know how many of you have explored this feature. There is a filter option coming to left hand side. When you click on this, uploaded date, what type of a YouTube you are looking for, whether it's a video or it is a channel or it is a playlist, or what about the duration of that video. If you are searching a video for your teaching purpose, you would prefer the video should not exceed say 4 to 20 minutes. So you can directly go for that option. Even you can have lot many features available here, then sort by view count, the rating given by the people, that how much the video is famous throughout the globe. So there are a lot many options. Let me click on 4 to 20 minutes. I will have the access to few videos. Then I can check it out which video is suitable. And then there are the 3 dots. When you click on this, there is the option for save to playlist. I will come to this playlist. Save or bookmark a video, and you can watch later option is also there. And then you have the option to share your video links through playlist forms or the slides also. And there are again in WhatsApp, in Google Classroom also, in any other platform, you can always share your playlist. What exactly is your playlist? Let me again show you one sample. When I click over here, you can check it out. I have logged in using this particular account. Let me go back to my channel. And when I click over here, you can check it out. It is showing 3 lines with a small triangle. So it is showing me actually the playlist which I have created. When I click on playlist, you will see there are the playlists for class 9, class 11, 10, and so on. So if I have already created my playlist, I can click on this, I can share it with my class. So sharing a playlist is actually very easy and convenient. Yes, this option for Google, this YouTube search, the filters is very handy and very, very useful. So I will not go into again the details that how to create the playlist, but the basic idea is you found say 5 videos related to your particular topic. Say in class 11, I am teaching relations and functions. I found 5 videos on YouTube. Sometime as a teacher, I am sharing my experience, what I was doing 1 year back. I was creating one Microsoft document. I found some video link. I was pasting and copying that link and storing in my Word document. And whenever it is required, I was opening that, searching for that document, finding out that video, and then pasting and sharing the link one by one, or maybe all in one go. But creating a playlist is a so handy tool which helps you, wherein you can have your all the videos which you found useful, and you can create your playlist and share that with your students. And if I open, okay, I'll come to that. There is one another interesting thing. Subscribe to channel. That is a very common thing. You all know it very well. I can go on adding the videos in my playlist, and my students will see the updated videos in that playlist. So I can use the YouTube channel for lot many ways. I may be the creator, or I may be just a curator. I am collecting some good videos, teaching videos, and believe me, thousands and lakhs of educators are here globally who are sharing their ideas free of cost. Anyway, there are many other options which are possible. This is not can be covered here. Coming to the Google Slides, it's a presentation tool. As you can check it out, I am right now giving my presentation using the Google Slides only. So I can go on adding the animations. I can insert the text. I can have the link text. I can have insert the image. I can embed the video, and embedding the video is not a simple thing here, but it is supporting you as an educator. I'll come to that particular part very soon. I can go on adding the comment. I can share the slides, collaborate. Everything is possible here. So let me quickly go to slide. Slides.new is a shortcut. When I click on this, you check it out. One presentation is already created in my this particular account. I have created one sample file. Again, just for a demonstration purpose, one can check it out. I have made it available for everyone. So the share option, everyone can go on editing this file. So same way as I did for the your doc file, the same can be done for this slides also. Then even you can see the changes the people are making in your presentation. Few sample activities using Google Slides. Please check this out. Let's say I am a social science teacher. For example, I'm just giving the example. I'm a Doha high school math teacher. So I have got this one map of India, and as an individual or group assessment, I want my students to match the states with the corresponding places. So I have Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. I can have this added into my Google Classroom. You can check it out. I can move this. So that means if I share this with my students, they will be also able to move it. But when I go to the next slide, you cannot move it. But this is movable. So this can be shared with the students. So students are only required to drop and drag. So all depends. So this is one of the possible activity. I'm sure you all are so creative. You can come up with your own idea. So this is just the basic sample idea. Another idea I'm skipping due to the shortage of time. Another very important thing, Netflix template. I would like to show that to you. I don't know how many of you watch and the Netflix or Amazon movies, Prime movies, but our students are user of this Netflix. They are big fan of Netflix, and not only Netflix, say Facebook, Insta, Twitter, they are all there. So now how this particular template, which is available freely, our educator has already have mentioned, so they have made it freely available. So when I check out this template, what can be done? Maybe say in my inter-school competition, in my house competition, or my group competition, what I can do, I can share this template with my students in advance, and I can demonstrate and give the basic idea that they are the producer, director, the actor and actress of the movie, and they need to create their own movie. So it's about coming up with the own creativity. So they can give the title to some episode they want to plan, and there are the options, and these are hyperlinks. When I click on my list, it will open something new window. Then they can easily go for certain placeholders, episodes. You can see at the bottom, my complete screen is not, yes, I can click on episodes, so that you can see students can go on adding season 1, season 2, and they can also be hyperlinked with the same Google slide. Then they can add on the episode title, image can be added, even they can add the trailer video as a teaser, 1-minute video can be added. So they learn many skills of editing the videos and come up with their own creativity. They can go for more like this basic similar shows ideas, and the details about this characters, the genre, and what more can be done. So there are a lot, and this is the real layout of your Netflix. So this can easily be done. What exactly is here? You can check it out. All these slides are actually embedded and they are all present here. And linking one slide with the other slide is very, very easy. Again, time is limited, so I cannot demonstrate that particular thing. Then coming to, yes, please do not reinvent the wheel. As I have already mentioned, hundreds and thousands of the educators are creative, they are original, and they love sharing their ideas with others. So I have got this sample from someone. I forgot to mention the name of that person, but that is essentially required. And that is our basic courtesy, that whenever I'm using even some free resource, I should mention that who has shared this particular template. And there are a lot many websites which are providing with the creative templates and the Google Slide themes and basic ideas. Then coming to the Gmail, I'm sure everyone is using the Gmail on your mobile phone and your laptop, but there are thousands and thousands of Gmail you may receive in due course of time. Searching for a Gmail may be a tedious task. So I am quickly giving you 1 minute demonstration. Let me open my Gmail account. You can check it out. This is my personal Gmail account. So again, there is the option for search the email, and along with that, look at this. When I click over here, it will give me more possible options. What exactly, who has sent me the email, what is the subject line, or if I remember few words, any attachment over there, when it was sent to me, and I can go for searching the email. Also, what I can do, let's say you can check it out on the left hand side panel. This triangular type of a shape is there, and then ATL, CRPF, GCE, GCE, Google support, and so on. So when I click on, say, Google support, so I have many related stuff from Google Workspace for Education. I have given them some label as Google support. I can go on adding more than one label. So labeling helps me to get my emails very easily. When I click on, say, MOOC Canvas, all email related to MOOC, they will be available. So let me go back to my inbox. When say this is the recent email which I have received. Now I'll open some different email. So let's say there is some email I have received from El Maestro. What I can do, when you click on these 3 dots, you will find the option for, it is over here, label. Click on label. If I have already created a label for El Maestro, I can find it out over here. Or when I click on create new and say El Maestro Learning Solutions and whatever, so create. And now when I receive any email from El Maestro, I can directly get a filter, and the same will be directly shared and be in this El Maestro folder, or otherwise I can again label them so easily. So all the emails which I will be receiving from some specific organization, they will be in one. They are accessible to me in one. So that way labels can be created. But that is not only the limit. There are many search options. Translate feature is even available in the Gmail itself. Let me next quickly come to the Google Calendar. The basic idea about Google Calendar. Again, I can create my calendar, which will be different from my personal calendar. I can manage my multiple calendars, and events can be added in the calendar, and it can be easily shared with the my department teachers or the whole staff or with all the students. Reminder notifications, some of you must be getting also. The most important thing is creating the appointment slots to book appointments with the parents. But this feature is available in the Google for Education Fundamentals. If your school go for that plan, which is free for school, so they can get this option that the parents have the option to select from the assigned time, the timing when the teacher can interact with them. We can create our Google group for the whole class. Gmail has a limitation. I can send 100 emails in one day, but using Google Groups, I can send thousands of emails in one go. I can create my Google group for my department, for my class, or even for a whole school. One common Gmail ID can be created. So again, lot many possibility. Google Keep is used for research work. I have created 2 simple videos which can be used to know more about the Google Keep. I am using this most frequently. I can manage my to-do list, but it's not only about to-do list. There are many other things. I can go on adding the media and I can share the notes through the Google Keep, and it is available in Gmail calendar as well. Then coming to the Jamboard. Jamboard is a tool which is meant for the online collaboration. So in a Google Meet, I can directly call my Jam. Jamboard is in short referred to as a Jam. So some of you might be using say Zoom whiteboard or there are many other whiteboards which are available, or MS Team has their own whiteboard, and Google has provided the Google Jamboard. Many things can be done. It's your creative workspace. You can quickly pull images from Google search, and searching Google is very, very important. Everyone knows, but there are the copyrighted materials which are also available. So one need to be very, very careful about this, that whether you are not using any copyrighted material. So if I'm using on Jamboard and I am pulling the images in Jam, then you will be sure that images are not copyrighted. Even the same can be done in Google Docs and Google Slides also. Work is saved automatically on cloud. I can use sticky notes, and even I can use my finger to write, because sometimes every teacher is not available with say stylus pen. So in that case, sticky notes and handwritten work will also work very well. So freehand writing is always possible. And another very interesting feature, you can add files from the Google Drive, but this is available only in the mobile app. Using my laptop, I cannot do it. So few ideas for Jamboard, brainstorm ideas, student can work. You can make poster, fill in the blank, match the following activities, and even what is going to happen, this can be the number of things can also be done with the Google Slides. So this all depends on how you want to do it. So let me quickly show you the sample for Google Slides. I'm looking at the watch, it's already 6:10. So I'll take not more than 7-8 minutes. So again, I have the option for this Jam. I can share that Jam with one person. I can share with my whole classroom. So I have already made it open in my public domain, right? But time is limited. I'm not doing anything. Okay, so that's the only probable problem, because I forget to take the rights back and someone has played with this and deleted my all the work. So this is again possible. This is possible and you cannot stop it. Even if you are using a school account, and if it is in a public domain or you have shared with your students, they can go on adding the work, right? So creative thinking writing type of a work can be done. Identify the polynomial or non-polynomial. Someone was asking about the activities, say for Sanskrit or language or any subject. So you can simply crop the images and upload over here. So there is one simple activity which I have created over here. say differentiate between polynomial and non-polynomial. I can drop and drag. So students are given right to this. They know it's a polynomial. And if some student is placing it over here, I can simply point it out. Okay, this is not a polynomial. As a teacher, I can diagnose that. Students have some doubts in learning. So I need to teach this topic once again. Again, it's coming to say about Freire model. Some of you might be using it. So central idea is, say, for example, prime number. Think of your own subject, your own topic. So what is the definition of that? Characteristic of that particular prime number? Give few examples and give few non-examples. So in a collaborative manner, I can use the Jamboard. Now you can check it out. There is a drop and drag activity, say food. There, so this is all placed, say, over here. Now students are open to this jam and they are to rearrange. Okay, drag, they cannot move this Venn diagram. They cannot move this. You can check it out because I have inserted that as a background, but they can only move this, right? So bread is only food, but when I come to say rows, it is say food and plant, fish is only food, and so on. So students will mix and match, drop and drag. So such kind of activities can easily be taken place using Jam. Sky is the limit. So endless activities are possible. Google Earth, some of you might have already used. Then Google Maps, again, you must be using Google Maps in a mobile phone. And along with Google Maps, there is another map, Google My Maps also, which is another very interesting app. I don't know how many of you have actually used Google My Maps. Now, this is Ocean. So we'll talk about quickly in brief about the Google Certified Educator Training Program. And I am Google Certified Training level. I've cleared level 1 and level 2 examination. And you can also become the trainer, the Google Certified Educator. What are the benefits? For past 1 hour, 15 minutes, I already have tried to cover most of the things, but I have covered only 2 or 5% of that. 95% things, of course, they cannot be covered in a 1 hour session. So what all you can do, these are certain samples. This is very interesting when I write reduce your workload. So you may have the perception that how it is going to reduce my work. After working for few months, you will realize this. Initially, you may find yourself burdened, but if you really are passionate, you enjoying, then definitely it will not come as a burden, and you will be helping your students and you will be able to work effectively as well. So training program details, it will be the instructor led training program by Google Certified Educator. There will be the live interactive classes for almost a month or so, thrice in a week. Assignments, the feedback will be provided, and the live recorded video sessions, they will be provided to you also. Classroom notes will be shared, doubt solving sessions will be there, and the mock test will also be conducted so that you can find yourself competent enough to appear for the examination. And please remember, it is not only about the examination. Let's say as a teacher, I do not want to go for this examination. No problem. But you will learn a lot many things which are freely available. Just I was ignorant about that. Pata hi nahi tha ke there is the options. There are the options available free of cost. So you will be getting those different ideas in those about 12 to 15 sessions. So Poonam ma'am, there is a time, so I would go for a small quiz, a simple demonstration. Can I go for it?
Yes, sure, sir. And
Yeah,
there are some queries there in the chat box also. Just check once ki all are addressed properly, sir. Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out. So again, the purpose is not to check your knowledge. It's just the basic idea how you can play a quiz with your students and there are a lot many other ways also. I missed talking about the Slido. That is an add-on in Google Slides. Using that, you can also play the interactive quiz or with your students. So let's say there is a scoreboard, question board is here, topic 1, topic 2, you can make it as team 1, team 2. So let's say you have divided your classroom in 5 different teams, and this is first question for first team, first question for second team, and so on. So this is your own creativity, how you want to go for it. And let's say there is a tie. So at the top, I have already linked a tie question. For team 1, I have a question, I click on it, and the question will pop up. Which animal never drinks water in its entire life? So I am not interested in you to answer this question. Some of you might be aware, some of you don't know this. The basic idea is student will answer, and then I can go on, click to see the answer. And it is already linked here in this slide itself. And please be here, the feedback form will be shared so that your certificate can be issued to you. So this is the correct answer. I can go for the discussion about the same. First question is over, then I can go back. I can come to this particular question, and I can play with my students a simple quiz. I can come for the answer, then again I can go back. So just for the sample, I have included 2-3 questions only. And let me say there is a tie. I click on tie, and it will take me to the tie question directly. Is there anyone who would like to answer this question? Name the parent organization of Google. Anyone in the chat box? Anyone? Yes, someone asked about the graph paper. In a Jamboard, graph paper is also available. Okay, click to see the answer. Okay, someone is writing. Alphabet. Thank you, Nitesh ji. Yes, the correct answer is Alphabet. So I did talk about the parent organization, and it is Alphabet Inc. So Google comes under Alphabet Inc. and my quiz is O. Right. So that way we can make it interesting. And again, I have not created this template. I haven't created this. I have only edited the questions. The template is ready-made. It is freely available on the web. I have only added my own questions. So what I can do, if I am, say, Sanskrit teacher, at least I have my question bank or PDFs available. My MCQs are ready. I can crop that question and place it over here. Thank you very much. At the same time, I am sharing one feedback, link to the schools to apply. Some of you might really be interested that your school should go for this Google for Education fundamental. As mentioned, it's totally free. So you can go through this Google, or the Elmastro team can also provide that form to you. See, someone is asking where can I find this template. I will share with the Elmastro team so that you can again use it, because I have modified that template as per my own need. Thank you very much. Your feedback is really essential for us. Those who are really interested to know more about this, you can always write in the form. If I missed any question to answer in the chat box, please do let me know. I'm trying to go through the whole chat, but it is possible something is not being addressed. Any question to anyone? Please write in the chat box. Yes, someone is asking about Jamboard in a Google Meet. Okay.
For such an insightful session.
Yeah, thank you. Shipra Varuna ma'am has raised hand. Swati ma'am has asked which tool is good for math teacher while teaching. Again, now it depends what topic, which grade you are teaching. Say if Google Earth can be used for measurement, the area concept, the perimeter concept, and if it is for the higher level, then of course there are certain softwares not directly related to Google, but they can also be used. Like for my teaching the graphs, I use Desmos or Wolfram Alpha. So there are many other options are available, and in slides also the quizzes and many things can be taught. So if there is no question, thank you very much for being here. So if you are really interested to know, be in touch with the El Maestro team. I thank you, Poonam especially, and the whole El Maestro team for giving me this opportunity to interact with the teachers. Thank you very much. Poonam ma'am, Shipra ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, Shipra ma'am wants to talk to you, sir. Shipra ma'am, can you share your concern there in the chat box? Okay, Astha, can we unmute her?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Good evening. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I have one question that actually हम सबके पास classes होती हैं, 5-6 classes होती हैं. So actually I am taking English in my school. So the thing is that कि English is such a subject कि मैं grammar का एक quiz लेती हूँ, तो actually अगर मेरे पास 250 बच्चे हैं, अगर मैं एक ही quiz organize करती हूँ, और is it possible to run that quiz for all the students at one go?
See, in that case, you need to go for the Slido as the add-on. But for 100, of course, it is possible. For more than 100, it may be a paid plan. Even in the Google for Classroom Fundamental, whichever I am referring to, this is for 100 people in one go. So 100 students plan is free. If I want to go for the more, 250, I need to pay for that. So of course, there are many options like Nearpod or Peer Deck where I can have such options, but that may be a paid plan.
Sir, I want to know more about it, to whom I can connect so that it will be good help from your side.
Yeah, definitely. You can write down your query in the, this feedback form shared with you. We will definitely connect you with the concerned person. I will help you out to get, the answer.
Okay.
Nitesh sir has asked one question. Can we use Jamboard and online sheets using Google Meet for 5-6 students? Sir, that all depends what kind of a purpose you are looking for, because I can open Jamboard and I can open Sheet and I can open Meet all together, and students can be a part of all the three. So this is possible, but what kind of a integrated activity you are looking for, that it all depends on that. But yes, it is possible. We can use. Thank you, Poonam ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for such an insightful session. It really enhanced our knowledge about Google tools. We would really love to join you for more such interactive sessions. Dear teachers, in case you are interested in becoming a Google certified educator, you are requested to contact El Maestro Teaching Solutions. Also, you are requested to fill the feedback form we'll be sharing in the chat box to mark your attendance. Thank you very much and have a nice day.